In this review, it's time to go large. And by that, we mean it's time to look at something in a larger scale, and this model is 1:35. As you might expect, it is therefore a model of a Chinese machine, and this one is the XCMG XR220 Rotary drilling rig. It is modelled by XCMG's preferred supplier, and that is Yagao Gift. The model comes in the usual pair of expanded polystyrene trays, but this one had a little bit of a rough journey, so the first thing we need to do is clean it up, and what can be better than that than to use a vacuum cleaner. After that fantastic piece of innovation, we just need to undo the ribbon that keeps the model together, and there's also a piece of securing tape on the cab door. For the assembly, we'll first configure the model as far as possible in a transport mode. The top of the leader can be folded to reduce its length, and you can then pin it in a folded position. The leader head can also be lowered to reduce headroom, and the bottom of the leader can also be split to reduce the overall length. So initially there's some good functionality to produce a transport mode, but sadly you can't go the whole way because the rotary table and Kelly bar is not removable. Let's now assemble the model in a working configuration, and the first nice bit of functionality is that the crawler tracks can be extended for width. Then we can get on and reverse the things that we've already done. So we'll attach back the bottom piece of the leader and it clips into place. And then we can unpin and open up the top of the leader. Once you completely swing it around, it clips into place. And then we close up the hydraulic ram to set the head in position. So now we're ready to put the machine into the drilling position, and because the hydraulic rams are very stiff, it's a bit tricky to do, but at least it means the leader's not flapping about everywhere on loose cylinders. To get the leader into the vertical position, we carefully ease it up. Starting underneath the machine, and there is some detailing on the underside of the body, although the undercarriage is rather simpler. The model does have metal tracks, and they are nicely formed, and there's also detailing on the track frames. Moving on to the cab, and it's got plastic guards at the top and at the front, and there are also lights. The door has got a nicely formed handle, and there are also some tiny graphics. The body has got some detailing in the casting, and there are highlighted panel handles. Moving to the back, and there are more sharp graphics on the counterweight. And on the other side, the access ladder is soft plastic, and there's a nice bank of hydraulic hoses and also some more small graphics. Viewed from above, there are various textures on top, and the two winch drums have rope on, although only one is usable. Continuing on, the hydraulics detailing is good on this model, and that includes both hoses and pipework, and at the business end the drilling bucket is metal. It's also got nicely formed cutting teeth. The rotary drill is nicely detailed and it's mostly in metal, and moving to the top of the leader there's some nice detailing. The running track of the leader is plastic, although the rest is metal, and looking at the top of the Kelly bar it suggests it's telescopic, although it isn't telescopic at the top. And there are also nice metal pulleys, although sadly you can't configure the model with an auxiliary winch, and probably out of the box the rope should be running on the right hand pulley, not the left hand one. The track frame is tensioned by spring-loaded idlers, but there are no rollers. But the tracks are nicely made and they do roll easily. It's time to turn around, so let's rotate the body, and that works smoothly without any rocking. Only one winch works and it's tricky to operate, but after some practice you can get it to work, although on the review model it wasn't really keen to hold any load. This is a drilling machine, so as you would expect you can rotate the Kelly bar, and you can also manually raise and lower the rotary table. One interesting aspect is that the Kelly bar is partially telescopic, so it's not quite like the real machine, but at least you can extend it if you want to. However, there is some nice functionality on the drilling bucket. The cutting heads are on a rotating plate, And also the whole bottom flap is hinged. Although some would say that Cranes etc. is unhinged, it's nice to see that on the model the cab door is hinged. And if you open it, it lets you see some good detailing inside. The engineering of the cab door is good, and when it's closed it's got a nice flush fit. So 1:35 scale is quite big, so let's see how high the model stands. And it's over 22 inches or 57 centimeters. This is a nice big model of an XCMG machine by Yagao. There's some nice detailing and there's also some nice functionality, although a few changes would have made it a really nice model. As it is an impressive looking foundation machine, so if you like this kind of thing, it is a good model.